Hello everyone and welcome to OGspot. Today's video is gonna be an early magic finding tutorial, and that one is gonna be quite helpful for you guys. So let's get into it. Early magic finding is quite important in Diablo 2, at least for me, because that way I can help myself to progress in the game quite easily. And I actually like to gather most of these starter items because they are quite cool and you can easily find a decent use for them. So all you have to do is basically start with these two items as early as level 1. You can actually get these gemmed topaz quite easily just browsing around the Blood Moor. You can find a load of stash or rocks or other miscellaneous items to go through, and a lot of these are dropping those chipped gems quite often, so having a stack of 4 topaz gems is not that difficult to do. And your magic finding starts from level 1, as I said. So basically you have to gather a helm with 2 open sockets and an armor with 2 open sockets. And once you do that and you have your gems, you soak the helm and the armor with your gems, and as you can see, in the helm we've got 18% of magic find, and in the armor we also got 18% of magic find. So when you combine that two items, you got 36% of magic find just like that. And that's quite helpful to start your grinding, and you can actually start finding decent rare items with just these two in a combo. And by progressing in the game, let's say to about level 4 or 5, there's a decent chance you can find one of these, an Angel ring. These ones are quite common rings, to be honest. They drop pretty easily, and you can actually get them from unique monsters and maybe some higher level rare ones if you're lucky enough. But if you already got those 36% of magic find to start with, your chances are quite higher than normal. So finding rings like these is quite easily actually. And let's say that'll be your next step to upgrade your grinding gear. So if you manage to find a ring like that, you probably get a lower one, let's say 17, maybe 18%. Those are the more common ones to drop. So let's say you got another 18% of magic find, you already have 3 items like these, and that will be quite helpful for you to continue grinding for more items and more gear. And normally what I'm trying to do is to reach Catacombs level 2 by level 12, and by that point normally I already got my first armor and my first gem cap already equipped, and maybe if I'm lucky I'll put an Angel ring on. So that way you get to Andariel, you already have a decent pool of magic find. You most probably got all of your items rare at that point, because with that amount of magic find leveling you actually find decent gear quite easily. And to that point you don't have to struggle a lot basically. All you have to do is just unlock your skills. What I recommend you to do is make a sorceress, because they're the most easy to start with and start your farming process. And what I decided to go with is a fire build. So the way I did mine is basically I went to cold skills, I put 1 point into frozen armor just to unlock it. This is a decent one to have actually. When a monster hits you it got frozen, and it provides you a little bit of a defense boost, so that helps. And let's go over the lightning spells. So from here, ideally you want to have a static field, because that one quite helpful with the bosses, and it's gonna help you a lot to kill Andariel actually. Then you want to unlock telekinesis, just to have to unlock teleport after that. because this is a must-have skill for your farmer. And then we're going into fire skills. So over here, the way I've put mine is mostly I've put everything I can into Firebolt and a little bit of points into Firebolt, 5 to be exact. And I just put one into these to prepare my character for later leveling. And Warmth is a quite helpful skill to have. This increases your recovery of the mana quite significantly, so that helps as well. And let's say you've already reached level 12 and you're about to hit the catacombs in a search for Andariel. This is the most crucial moment in your early magic finding, actually, because the way you're gonna utilize that is by doing the Andariel bug. So all you have to do, I've already got my Andariel bugged, but let's pretend I haven't. So let's go over the catacombs. Once you kill her, a portal is gonna open. So let's say that's the portal normally opens up from the game. You go immediately into that portal and you don't talk to anyone. You only talk to Warif.
Good day.
And you immediately click to go east. After that, you click save and exit, and that's it. You got your Andariel bugged. And what that do is quite helpful, because each one of the bosses, they have two different loot tables. The first time you kill a boss, an act boss, you probably notice they've dropped a lot of much better and much higher quality gear. You can commonly see uniques and set items on the very first time you've killed a boss, and the amount of items is also greater compared to the every second or third or whatever time you kill the boss after that. But when you actually bug your Andariel, you're always gonna have the first loot table, which is the best you can have, and that way you can utilize the Andariel bug just by farming Andariel over and over and over and over again. I know this can sound a little bit boring, and it actually is, because you need to invest quite some time into it, but trust me, it pays back big time. So I'm gonna show you what I've been able to achieve at level 20 with my character. This is the fire source we've been talking about, and she's quite buffed up for level 20. Our magic find is actually insane. So the sorcerer herself, she's got 382% of magic find and 309% of gold find. And you can actually combine that with the mercenary, because he also got 151% magic find and 75% of gold find. Why I'm saying that you can combine that is because when your mercenary actually get the killing blow on a monster or a boss or whatever you're fighting with, if he got any percent of magic find or gold find, it actually stacks with yours. So that way you get a nice bump up in the magic find percentage. So I'm gonna explain you what I actually gathered as an items to achieve that high percent of magic find and gold find. So the most important, I'd say, is your chest, and let's say around level 15, 16, maybe 17, you'll most probably be able to gather at least one or two, if you're lucky, 3 perfect topaz gems. Like in my situation, I had them quite easily because I bumped up into 2 gem shrines and I've been quite lucky with my drops. So I've been able to get those perfect topaz gems. And what we got here is actually this breastplate. The reason I've chose the breastplate is very simple. This is the armor you can have with the least amount of strength required. That is actually able to have 3 open sockets on it. So this one requires 30 strength to wear, and we actually need a really low requirement on the strength to wear an armor because we are a sorcerer, and the sorceress normally she starts with only 10 strength as far as I remember, if that's correct. So you really have to bump it up quite a lot to be able to wear your gear. But anyway, so you can see this armor provides 72% of magic find on its own. And it's nothing special really, it's just the magic find that we need from it. And the other item is the Thorn Helm. This one is basically the best one in slot. You can wear until you reach level 62, for example, to be able to wear a shackle. That's the other one you would like to change into. But until then, you have to wear a Thorn Helm, and you can actually make an open socket on it and socket with another perfect topaz like I did in this situation. This gives you another 24% magic find on the top of what the helm already gives. So you can see we got 72% on our armor and another 72% magic find on our helm. Then I got this amazing amulet for a low level. This is 10 faster cast rate amulet, 15 mana, 39 cold resist, 19 poison resist, damage reduced by 2. This is really good. And the 21% chance of magic find is just amazing. It's a really nice amulet, I absolutely love it. Then we got this ring, it's a level 9 ring, it's absolutely amazing as well, 10 faster cast rate on it, with cold resistance, damage reduced again by 1, so we already got damage reduced by 3, this is amazing. And another 10% of magic find on the ring. So let's go over the other ring. Here we got ring with faster cast rate, again, with 22 mana. This is really helpful, and 10% of magic find on the top of that. So every single one of our items so far gives a good amount of magic find, and all these stack together. So let's carry on to the gloves. These ones are absolutely amazing gloves because you can find them quite easily doing Andariel farming, and they provide absolutely astronomical amount of gold find from monsters. These 200% are absolutely insane, to be honest. And the 33% of magic find is also a really good bonus. They also give a little bit of light radius. This can help you as well to spot those monsters in the dark. And let's go over the shield. This is the Woe of the Eyeless. It's an amazing shield for early on caster because it gives 20% to faster cast rate as well as 5 to mana after each kill. That way we can sustain our mana while killing monsters. And the poison resist 20 is also a good stack because we are farming Andariel mainly. And I've managed to soak that one with a 5% increased magic find jewel. The jewel is only 5% because the jewel on its own required level 19. So if it was actually a higher percentage on the jewel, it will require a higher level than that, and I didn't want to do that because I'd rather to put the shield as early as I can, and it only requires level 20. So that way I've kept it as it is, but also managed to add a little bit of magic find to it. And let's go over the boots. These are pretty good as well. Poison length reduced by 25%, so you know, killing Andariel again. And 2 light radius and 20% of magic item find. So let's go over the weapon now, and tada! Ghoul Dagger. This one provides the astronomical amount of 100% better chance of magic items. And as you can see, it only requires level 4, so you can imagine how insane it is to go and kill Bishibosh a few times with a Ghoul Dagger and get some quite insane drops. And let's go over the charms I have on this character. As I said, because the sorcerer starts with only 10 strength, I've been looking for a way to boost that to 30 so I can wear my armor. And what I have here is those charms, providing a little bit of strength and a little bit of mana. That one, a little bit of strength with poison resist as well, so I really like these two, you know, mana, poison resist, strength. Then I got this other one, again 5 to strength and poison resist 19. This is absolutely amazing charm for early game. As you can see, it requires only level 10. Let's carry on with the rest of my charms. So these ones are pretty good. Normally people throw these away because the maximum you can have on a small charm is 7% of magic find, and 3% actually seems a little bit low. So people don't like to keep these, but I actually do, because you can see on level 18, just from these 3 charms, we're boosting our magic find percentage by 9. And that's quite helpful, you know, every little helps. So the other charm I have is 1 to strength and a little bit of poison resist. This one is not actually that needed, but I'm just carrying it because why not. This one, 7 dexterity and again poison resist. So let's go over the grand charms. This one, 5 to strength with 14 mana. And that way, with all the strength from our charms, I've been able to reach the 30 strength threshold to wear the armor piece. And this is quite good because I haven't invested any points into strength or dexterity. I've put every single point into vitality. So our health pool is quite good actually for this level, especially on a sorceress. And let's go over the belt. The belt is quite a good one for a level 20. Gives 22 mana, all resistance is 10, damage reduced by 2. So as you can see, we've stacked quite a lot of damage reduced. We also have stacked quite a lot of poison resistance and poison length reduced. And 50% damage taken goes to mana, is quite helpful to sustain your mana pool as well. Before that one, I've been actually wearing this Lenimo Sash. That sash is pretty rare, to be honest with you, but I found it doing Andaria runs on around level 14, so I've been wearing that one before. I really like it, I'll keep it definitely. It's only requiring level 7, and this is pretty good sash actually for level 7. 15 mana, regenerate mana 30%, all resistance is 5, and 1 to late radius. I absolutely love that sash on a early level caster. So let's go over the rest of the charms. That one, 5 to strength with 4% magic find, 11% magic find, 18% gold find and 11% magic find, and 16% gold find, 4% magic find. So in total, our level 20, only level 20 character have 382% of magic find with 309% of gold find. This is absolutely insane for this level. What do you guys think? And you have to pay attention also to the poison resistances. We've stacked them quite significantly. We've reached the maximum point of 75%, so Andaria is not really harming us while we're farming her. And when you actually combine the percentages with your mercenary, they go quite higher. So when you combine the magic find from the character with the one from the mercenary. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you about the mercenary. So my mercenary wears pretty much the same gear as me, just a little bit lower on the percentage. I've also put a socket with perfect topaz in his helm. So he's got a Tarn helm with 75% extra gold and 59% extra chance of magic find. The armor is also 72% better chance of magic find. And pay attention to the Muabraga's orb. This shield is really good because the mercenary can actually wear it. And that's why I'm using Act 3 mercenary. And I really like how they two pair together, the sorceress and the Iron Wolf mercenary. I've chose the cold one, but you can go with either one of them. The lightning one is also really good because sometimes he casts actually the static field, the skill, and this can help you a lot in fights. And when you combine the magic find and the gold find from the mercenary, the sword is nothing special, just wearing it, you know. So the percentages go quite higher when you combine my magic find with my mercenary's magic find. They go up to 533%, and the gold find goes to 384%. And remember, we're only level 20. So pretty much all I've been doing is just farming Andaria over and over and over again. And by doing that, you can gather pretty much all of the early on sets, you know, the starter sets for every single character. So that way you can keep these on a mule, you know, start farming these, and later on when you actually decide to make a new character, you can have a ready set for it before you even start the character, and that way you can have an amazing start with your new character. So I hope you guys like this guide and it's a helpful one for you. If so, please drop a like and drop a comment. I really appreciate these and I read them as well. So yeah, stay safe and stay tuned. See you later.